So all of a sudden, in the middle of David's schemes, he comes up with yet another scheme. The idea behind this is he's like, I know what I'll do. I'll get Uriah drunk, because we don't do well when we get drunk. We understand all that. And it's kind of interesting because it's not uncommon for commentators or others to point to David and go, wow, look at this awful thing that he did here. And they're not wrong with that. But it's wild that virtually nobody goes, Uriah blew it too. Guys, Uriah was a big boy, all right? He knew what was going on here, and he made a decision. Everybody knew that getting drunk isn't a good idea. They knew that all the way back to Noah, when Noah got drunk, guys, and so it's all there. I mean, if you look in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 1, it says that wine is a mocker and strong drink is a brawler, and whoever is intoxicated by it is not wise. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 18 says, do not be drunk with wine, but be filled with the Spirit. So the reality is, we get it. Bad move. Now, here's why this is important to us. Guys, we should be encouraged by what happened here with Uriah. Like, why? Guys, one of the things that's important here is this is a reminder that even heroes aren't perfect. That's an important concept. You see, what we have to be careful of, guys, and this is something the enemy tries to use against us, is the concept that if we don't do everything just right, what's the point? We just kind of cave. We just kind of give in and forget about that. The enemy tries to get us to have a Messiah complex, and we've got to get everything right, guys, and that will never, ever happen. We've said it for years now, decades here at the Bridge, that every time the enemy, every time Satan reminds you of your past, guys, you remind him of his future. Burn, baby, burn. Don't let him get away with it. Guys, the reason that's important is this. Do you know that God has said very clearly in the Bible, for instance, 1 John chapter 1, verse 8, says that if we say we have no sin, that we are a liar, and the truth is not in us. And then in verse 10, it says, and if we say we have no sin, we're making God a liar, because God has said that we do have that. Guys, we will still have stuff. And the reason that's important is it gives us the freedom that after we fail to come back and live in a heroic way. So let me introduce you to someone. You know how much Jake loves this guy, but I want to remind you of Michael Jordan. It's kind of interesting because across the world, people, including me, have taken the ball and said out on the basketball court, Jordan shoots, and Jordan shoots, and tried over and over to kind of play like you're Michael Jordan. Well, he made a statement. I want to get out of the way so I can read this to you. And it was this: I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Now, I guess I'd say I have to take issue with the idea that that's why he succeeded. But the point is this. Michael Jordan was trying to make it clear that he's not perfect. I need you to understand something, guys. If he was perfect, if he just threw the ball up and it went in every time, nobody would be trying to be like him, because it wouldn't make any sense. The idea that there was imperfection in Michael Jordan is a big part of what made him great, because consistently he was awesome. So let's go back to our story. Back in our story, guys, what we see here is we see Uriah blowing it. All right, he was responsible for this. But it was interesting because the next thing it said is that even though he was drunk, where we don't think very well, it says he still did not go back and go down to his house. He stayed with the servants. He was committed to that even after blowing it, he wanted to do the right thing. Guys, this is what heroism looks like. We want to be these kind of people, guys, because it enables us to understand we can get there. In Proverbs chapter 28, verse 13, it says that he who conceals his sin will not prosper, but he who confesses it and forsakes it will find mercy. Guys, we have an opportunity to go, you know what, I do blow it at times, but consistently in my life, I'm seeking to apply God's principles. I'm trying to live a heroic life. I'm trying to make a difference, have an impact, change my world. I'm trying in my time, in my generation, to truly have that make that difference I need to make. Guys, that's who we need to be. And by doing that, we live a heroic life away from the Messiah complex that enables us to change our world.